solo cleaners of TikTok. How are you guys doing
Great question that she asked. How do solo cleaners do deep cleans that last 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours? How do we do it as solo cleaners? I'm going to tell you how I do it as a solo cleaner. Solo professional cleaner. I've owned my cleaning business for over 10 years. I do not do 12-hour cleanings. Heck no. No, 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 no. It comes down to terms and conditions. It comes down to what do you as a solo cleaner want to do, how long do you want to do it, and what do you expect the time frame to be. Personally, I don't like to take on homes more than 3,000 square feet. Now, if it's 2,800 square feet with a garage and they don't want the garage done, so it ends up being like 2,400 square feet, yes. My clients tend to be 2,500 square feet and under. I will not take on huge homes. And if it is a 3,000 square foot home or a 4,000 square foot home, I'll let them know, are there any specific rooms that you want? Because I don't normally handle homes that large. And I do have one that is about 3,300 square feet, and she literally just wants the kitchen and 2 bathrooms done. That's it. That's all. And I am totally cool with that. I'm like, yes, let's go. So when it comes to my initial deep cleans as a solo cleaner, the reason why I can do it under a certain amount of time, and the longest deep clean I ever spent on a home was 6 hours. And let me tell you how. My deep cleans are not the deep cleans that will take 12 hours, because first I look at pictures or videos of the home before I even decide to take on that job. If it is just everything everywhere, really, really hard buildup, and I know by looking at it, it's going to take a while, I will politely decline. I work on my own. I don't want to be at your home for 14 hours. I don't want to be at a home till 11 o'clock at night. I want to be home for my kids. I'm going to be 51 this summer, so I value my muscles and my body, and I know my limitations. 14 hours of cleaning on my own will just never happen. So I will see it beforehand and decide, I can do that. Yep. Or, no, sorry, I can't fit that on my schedule. I'm honest with them. I do not move heavy appliances. I am not rolling out your oven. I'm not moving your refrigerator. I don't want to scratch up the floor or throw out my back. I'm not moving couches. It's in my terms and conditions. If the client wants those things cleaned, they need to move it out the way so I can clean it. And then they can move it back. I'm not doing it. I am not climbing on counters. I see cleaners literally standing on kitchen counters, bare feet sometimes, standing on kitchen counters. I'm not doing that. I am not standing on anyone's kitchen counters. I don't care how much you offer. I'm not going to risk falling and hurting myself or possibly killing myself. I don't want to. I don't climb ladders. I'm not hovering over balconies about to fall. Like, there are limitations that I do not want to do. And as a small business owner, I decide what I want to do in my business. That's why having your terms and conditions locked tight, explaining what you will offer and what you won't do, is important. My terms and conditions are 3 pages long, and my clients read it over and they decide, are we going to be a good fit? Are we not going to be a good fit? If they see that I won't do certain things that they want done, then they won't hire me. And that's okay with me, because again, I don't want to do certain things. And I have that luxury as being a small business owner to turn those jobs down. I've never had an initial deep clean client who wanted the oven or refrigerator done on the initial deep clean. Those are add-ons. I offer it, and 99% of the time, my clients eventually do take that on down the line. But for the initial cleaning, that's not something they want. So that shaves off a couple hours right there. I'm not doing outdoor window cleaning. But for my routine clients, if there's a sliding glass door that looks like it needs some outside cleaning, yeah, I can do it for them. Maybe I'll gift it to them, no charge, or maybe I'll charge like $20, but they're regular clients. I've never encountered an initial deep clean who wanted the inside of their closets or inside of drawers cleaned. And I don't mean like organizing, because I do offer organizing services. I'm talking about like taking all pots and pans out, cleaning the inside of all the cabinets and in the kitchen, and clean. Like, that would be a move out, move in, not really an initial deep clean, because I've never encountered a first time client who wanted me to gut out all the inside of their kitchen cabinets and clean it on the initial. So that cuts down on time. I'll do it if they pay extra for it, but on the initial, I've never encountered anyone who wants that done. I also don't take things apart. I'm not unscrewing light fixtures to dismantle them. If you want your light fixtures dismantled, you do it as the homeowner. I'm not dismantling light. I don't want to. I don't want to run the risk of ruining it, being electrocuted, having it fall off, whatever. I don't want to do it. I don't want to dismantle heating vent units. I'm not an HVAC. I'm not going inside with hoses and cleaning out your air ducts. That's not what residential cleaning is. I'm not doing it. You want that stuff cleaned out? Call an HVAC unit person. That cuts down on my time. It really boils down to communicating what you offer and what you will not do. And if the client wants you to do certain things that you don't mind doing for an extra fee, then do that. But you have to let them know, oh yeah, no, that's not something I do. Let them know ahead of time. There's nothing wrong with saying no. Nothing wrong. So there are certain things I just will not do. And that's in my terms and conditions. That all cuts down on the time. Now, when it comes to speed cleaning, have tools, have aprons, clean top to bottom, left to right, room by room. Tackle the kitchen and bathrooms first because those require the most amount of scrubbing. And then tackle the bedrooms. Close the doors when you're done. Vacuum before you mop. Do the hallway, work your way physically out the door, and then leave. These are all little tricks that you can do for speed cleaning. That will speed up the process as well. Use a multi-purpose so you're not having 8 different bottles. One bottle to polish stainless steel can also clean windows and also clean surfaces. Multi-purpose cleaners are your best friend. You don't need 8 different bottles for a kitchen. You can use a disinfectant as a cleaner as well, depending on the surface, obviously. Read the labels. So there are ways to speed up the process of cleaning and do it correctly and safely. But when it comes to what I will do and how I can cut down my time, it has to be spelled out in your terms and conditions. And there's nothing wrong with not being a cleaner who takes 18 hours. I don't want to. Who in the right mind, especially on your own? No. And I also don't find it fair to my recurring clients. Like, let's say I have a deep clean on a Tuesday that's going to take me 14 hours, and I have my recurring client on a Wednesday. I am going to be physically exhausted and not mentally prepared or physically ready to handle my regular client the next day, and that's not fair to them. So if I'm going to do an 18-hour cleaning, which I won't, I need like 3 days to recover. If you want to do that on your own, knock yourself out. Do it. Enjoy it. Have fun. Have it in your terms and conditions what you will and won't do. But if you do not want to handle jobs that take that long or homes that huge as a solo cleaner, then don't. Say no. Say, I'm sorry, I can't handle that. Here's another person that can. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries for your business.